In a 24/7 global economy, the secure and consistent flow of information is vital to a company's survival. Data has become the lifeblood of business and industry.
In today's global economy, many businesses need to ensure that there's an appropriate information flow around the globe, whether it be due to supply chain issues or just getting the product and services to your client. It's an imperative to a CIO to ensure that that information flow is not disrupted.
FM Global's philosophy has always been that it's better to prevent a loss rather than to recover from one. The key is to recognize potential risks and plan accordingly. So when plans for the construction of a new corporate data center were being developed, FM Global's project engineering services were involved right from the start.
Our approach to this project really has been exactly the same as our approach to any other client project.
Years of research and engineering experience are reflected in the data center's design and construction.
The key features for this data center from a loss prevention standpoint would be the application of data sheet 5-32, which is on electronic data processing. That data sheet gives recommendations for our customers on the construction, location, and protection of these data centers.
FM Global engineers consider geography and environmental conditions, climate zones and regional weather, power and telecommunications resources, building methods and materials, accessibility and security, and sustainability concerns. All systems in the new center have been designed to avoid risk and/or prevent loss to the extent possible. The completed facility meets and in many cases exceeds FM Global standards, which are based on cutting-edge research, the latest engineering specifications, and industry best practices.
The primary objective in the building and construction of the data center was to build a facility that could support our worldwide operations in a reliable fashion. The data center consists of what I would consider three classifications of systems. We have our computer systems, which are really our network, storage, and server devices. Then we have our environmental or support systems, which are really our AC and power systems. The third classification of systems that are in the data center are our protection systems, and that's really our fire detection, fire suppression, and security systems. And all those systems are then managed and monitored from the central nervous system, which is our control center here.
The control center is able to monitor the entire FM Global network and can quickly react and respond to any network disruption or event.
So to ensure reliability, we actually have built in a number of redundancies. We built in redundancies from the power grid. We have 2 feeders coming from the street. We then have dual generators, which provide backup power in the event we do lose both of those power feeds from the street. And we do have dual UPS systems, which carry the load in the event that we do have to transition from street power to generator power.
All air conditioning units are energy efficient and have emergency backups. A hot aisle, cool aisle floor plan maintains consistent airflow and ventilation in the computer room.
The backbone of connectivity in the computer room is our structured wiring system. We have over 85 miles of cable under the floor in our data center. We followed a typical computer room design where we put the equipment on a raised floor for easy access for maintenance and for running of cables, power cables, network cables, etc.
We know from experience that fire always poses the greatest risk. So the data center uses the most sophisticated fire prevention, detection, and suppression systems available to protect the facility and data. Only non-combustible materials are used throughout, with double-wall construction to separate the facility from the main building. Early warning smoke detectors that sample the air, as well as conventional smoke detectors, are deployed all through the center. Pre-action sprinklers reduce the risk of water damage, and in the event of a fire, the environmentally friendly Novec fire suppression system will prevent damage to electronic equipment and media. Mounted security cameras provide visual access to all parts of the facility. Every system in the FM Global network is connected, monitored, and controlled through the control center.
I think perhaps the most valuable thing that we've seen through this project is that it is possible to blend green technology, state-of-the-art features with FM Global's loss prevention advice so that our client gets a facility that meets their needs for now and for the future and is properly protected so that it will be there when they need it.
The FM Global Data Center, a collaborative, forward-thinking engineering approach for meeting the needs of business in the 21st century.